Action research project. This looks great.
That's getting edited out. Okay, so this is my action research project for my class. I am Trevor Manasco, as you guys can see. So the problem that I was looking at was, can small group counseling be effective in addressing issues such as poor academic performance, social skills, truancy, or study habits? Looking at the literature, there are a lot of different approaches to small group counseling. The goal can vary. It depends on what you're trying to accomplish. Is the focus on improving social skills, college preparedness, or improving study habits? A couple of articles that really stood out to me while I was doing my research are here. Nathan Frank's article, Rallying Behind At-Risk Freshmen. It was a look into ways to provide effective intervention strategies for groups of freshmen who are at risk of falling through the cracks. Now, as you guys know, it's really easy to not see how freshmen are doing. A counselor's role is mainly going to be on looking at seniors and making sure that they're on track to graduate, so a lot of freshmen, as we were just talking about, get far behind pretty quickly without being noticed. Another really interesting one was a paper by Betsy Wisner and Christine Lynn Norton, who wrote a paper on using mindful meditation in small groups. And I know that's something you guys have been doing a little bit here too, so it was kind of interesting research. As for the intervention strategy, I did it here at Civic Pride Independent Academy. We're a small alternative site for students who have been expelled from our parent district, Lincoln Unified. An outside counseling agency, Point Break, conducts small group sessions here in order to address such topics as decision-making, peer relations, and substance abuse. These counseling units are 6 one-hour sessions conducted over 6 weeks, so 1 day a week. For the data collection, I used a pre- and post-survey instrument. I used a 20-question survey using the Likert scale, which I'll get to in a second. At the time, there were 6 students, 5 female and 1 male in the group. Some sample statements from the survey were, if another person picks a fight with me, I will fight back. I am willing to compromise in order to find a solution to a problem. And then when it comes to the Likert scale, that's the type of scale that's I strongly agree, neutral, disagree, strongly disagree. I analyzed the data by compiling mean scores for each question for the students on both the pre and post test. And then I also took notes on the behavior of those 6 students throughout the counseling session to see if they improved in their peer relations. Now this is where it got a little bit tricky. 9 of the 20 questions were phrased in a way where a decrease in the mean score was actually a positive correlation. It's just I didn't think it through when I came up with the questions. So that's how 9 of those questions, a decrease in the mean meant that the attitudes and behaviors had changed for the positive. Mm-hmm. Okay. So with this in mind, after comparing all the pre and post test scores, only 1 question of the 20 actually had a negative correlation. And I'll get to that. So in addition to the 1 question that showed a negative correlation, 2 other questions were unchanged. There was no change in the mean. So this means that of the 20 questions, 17 of them showed a positive correlation between the pre and post. It was pretty effective. That 1 question that was negative was weird too. It was, I get in fights more often than other students, which was a strange answer to change because we didn't have any more fights at that time, so I don't know why that happened. Kind of an anomaly.
Was it anonymous survey?
Yeah.
Anonymous?
Between the 6, so it was kind of odd. But, the main takeaway was that this counseling that we have, Point Break do, is actually really effective. And the kids do respond really well to it in terms of behavior and their attitudes.
Thanks to Ms. Vicky.
Yeah, Vicky's an excellent counselor. She makes great connections with our students. Now, the primary limitation for the study was that there were only 6 students. So it's a really, really small sample size. Yeah. With that said, if the same study's conducted year after year, Vicky usually does 2 sessions per school year? 2 units?
2 per semester sometimes.
Yeah, so she does a fair amount. So we could compile a lot of data and get a better idea of how effective it truly is. So I appreciate you guys coming to this and listening to me. Do you have any questions, any comments? No. Sierra?
When you pause and you're trying to get your thoughts together, I wouldn't use the word because it's really unprofessional when you're presenting. But
I'm recording this, right?
I think you did an excellent job in explaining.
Well, thank you very much, Sierra.
I'm plugging that in all the time.
Did you consider any other scales besides the Likert scale?
No, because when I came up with survey instrument that seemed like the most appropriate. I don't know, it's the one that I see used really commonly in stuff like this in terms of trying to, see how attitudes change. There were other things I could have used, but I think the Likert scale did a pretty good job of it once I assumed a numerical value to it.
I concur.
Okay. Any other questions?
Nice research, Trevor.
Oh, thank you very much.
Wait, Kevin, was this on point break?
Sounds good.
Yeah.
You should have data backing up previous because I did it my point break year and actually there wasn't any suspensions after we did point break in Lincoln, just for my age group though.
Oh,
Ooh,
really?
that's what you should look at is suspensions pre and post.
Yeah, seriously, that'd be a good one. Yeah, this was
You're
the only day I
welcome.
had, but
Good
that's a
job.
good.
Happy
thanks,
weekend,
Sarah.
Sierra.
Bye, guys.
Hey, you're gonna bring me a permission slip on Monday, right?